Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we'll be taking a look at your newest member for your Ultramarines. This is from Joytoy's Warhammer 40k, the Ultramarines Primaris Lieutenant Argaranthe is what we're going to go with. 118 scale action figure. This is the packaging it comes in, the new black and white style boxes. These are recommended for ages 15 and above for adult collectors. Top of the box, bottom of the box, side of the box, and this way. Pretty much. Back of the box shows some product images of the figure with all his accessories laid out. The smaller ones are the front to back and kind of a close-up of the upper body area. This clamshell, everything's pretty much we're used to seeing. Has its own little slot, looks pretty good. Here he is, guys. First impression, he's very dark blue that I'm used to seeing, so that's interesting. It looks pretty good overall. A lot of gold and a dark blue looks cool together, so let's take a look at him. Here's the actual sculpt, the helmet sculpt. We have the red and white stripes on top of his forehead and through the top of his head there. We do have these gold reefs around his head, around the back. Two little silver studs there on the bottom. Pretty cool. Red eyes, black vent, silver cylinder, tubes on the side. We have some studs here on the collar. We have this skull and wings, a little different with this circle star symbol. This pauldron, gold trimmed, it's a nice skull design, pretty nice. Ultramarines logo on this side, gold trimmed pauldrons, decent. On the forearm we have these skulls with this backdrop here behind them, all done in like a gold. There we have a box with two bones, so it keeps his bone in the box. Spike on the bottom, ring, black gun case, no handle, silver dot, some white dry brushing around the edges, full worn effect that is removable. It is punched through the side panel there. It's kind of quite loose on mine. Back piece, we've seen this before. The pouch, the large pouch, and the cylinder, all casted together in plastic with the flat black and white weathering. Purity seal on the other side panel. Then we have the vents here on thigh pads. We have the Ultramarine in a white background knee pad. Then we have this design here, the skull and leaves. Pretty nice. Overall, he looks like a good figure. The back of him just has the pegs for his power pack, and then we have the little cylinder there, whatever that's for. Then on the bottom we have the two silver studs we're used to seeing. Overall, I think it looks very cool and different. So it's going to be a toss-up for everybody. With if you're going for unity in the Ultramarines, or you want a little bit of individuality, if that doesn't bother you, he would be a perfect addition to your army or your war band, whatever you call it. It's your toys. Call them what you want. Some close-up shots of the features of the figure. Pretty nice. I like the figure. It's pretty cool. That's actually a 3D. It's not like just sculpted on. It's actually pretty nice. That's actually just paint or some kind of decal. Bottom of the feet have fake holes, big feet, top of the head. Pretty cool. Awesome. I think it looks good. This figure utilizes the V2 body, so let's take a look at the articulation. Head goes down, not too much up. Got this side to side, 360 rotation. All together, arms are on a ball joint. Whoa. very clicky. That one does that? Does not. So that scares me a little bit. So be careful with that. That one doesn't make that sound. Pauldrons are that strap type, not the ball peg. They barely move. We have the thigh cut, 360, double jointed elbow. Hands, 360 rotation. You got the ups and downs, ins and outs, always around, and in between. For the chest, side to side. This dance moves on, I guess. Going back pretty far. Down. There's a waist rotation 360. Very easy. Splits, not too much. Too bad that way. Thigh rotation. Double jointed knees. Feet, pivot down, up and down. Rocker, toe articulation. And you can get the, maybe get a 360 if you get around the cylinder pieces here. Other than that, pretty standard articulation. Nothing stands out, so we always check. And we'll see what we got. Okay, let's take a look at the accessories that he has. So real quick, before that, I was taking a look. You can see he kind of has a butterfly joint. It's very dark in there. It's hard to see. You can see that strap that's kind of behind the joint there. This one doesn't pop out as well. A little bit. So that's a little extra articulation there. Some of them don't seem to come out on my figures very well, but this one kind of shows it off. And I just wanted to point that out to you guys before we continue on with the accessories. And here we go. So you notice we have this. You can swap that out with the illusion that you have your pistol holstered. Purity seal on this one. Not a straight up follow through, because we're missing the purity seal on here to give it that, you know, I guess correct look. Heavy bolt pistol. Front black, some gunmetal. This is a removable clip. Silver shells. Pretty cool. Nice. Next up we have this power pack. Ultramarines logo on the back. Silver studs, some gunmetal type of vents. Very cool. 2 pins on the back for it to go into his armor. Silver studs there in the center, and then some tubing in silver. And then we have a sword, very cool looking sword. We've seen this before. Like a cross between like a gunmetal and silver blade, a silver tip at least, more than the body of the sword. Then we have the power node skull. Looks cool, kind of like a Celtic thing almost. A maroon handle, and then the bottom here we have some studded round piece. It's very nice, pretty cool, nice and thick and heavy sword. And lastly we have some hands. Obviously we have the open hand, very cool. We have a gripping hand, we have a punching hand. Gives you some diversity in your hands, positioning and imposability. A pointing finger hand, pretty decent. So nothing really new on the accessory front, but we do have, you know, this darker blue. The aesthetics is mostly the issue. Well, here we go. I was talking about in some of the other videos, I guess getting different fits for this power packs. I mean, it fits on it, but it's very difficult to push in. You can see the gap there. Maybe have to heat it, but I don't want to break those because that is one of your cautious areas for breaking. The hands, they are pretty well stiff. This hand actually has the finger. I'm going to try to put this in. Very stiff, and you can get that finger. Like the V1 bodies, man, these go right in perfectly. The finger, see how It would go in if it was more flexible, but he can hold his pistol. Pretty cool. Do you get it in there? Maybe not. It's not way in. Okay. That's one of the things about if you watch all my videos with the, at least with the Ultramarines, you can see the difference in the V1 body from the past and now up to current and obviously in the future. But the, I wouldn't have that issue with his hands if it wasn't for the stiffer plastic they're using now, the V2 bodies. Okay, let's see if we can take that out. And we'll put this sword in his hand. And very impossible. Okay, there we go. There's a sword. He holds it. That's a trigger hand. He might be able to swap out. The other one we can use probably would be this one. But it looks even tighter than that one with the trigger finger. So it looks cool though. I mean, the figure aesthetics is there. He's relatively an inexpensive Ultramarine compared to most. I think it was only like, let's see, I think for like 33 bucks or something in China. So he's not one of the $50, $60 figures. So on the scale of these guys, actually, he's relatively, a good deal compared to what these prices are. If you think $30 is a good deal for a figure now. But that's exactly where we're moving to with all figures, regardless how size we're getting them at. Alright. This is relatively a shorter review. Like I said, there was not much to see in this guy. Just wanted to show you what he looked like, in case you guys was interested on how he looked, how he fared. So like I said, I don't really have any cons besides like the normal stiffness in the hands and the pauldron strap versus the bell like we've always talked about. And a big gapage in the head chest area there. It's just too much of a space. Other than that, he's pretty cool. I do recommend him for you guys if you want to add him to your army. Gives you another lieutenant to add to your ranks. So yeah, so that's all I got for you guys. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you guys in the next review.